What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're still feeling relaxed today, Cancer. Hope you're feeling imaginative, creative, just all the wonderful things, Cancer. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy to have yourself inspired to here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going to avoid, of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. Actually, just got me. I put up my new lunar return chart coming up by the moons. And that's something. Oh, I'll talk about that in a second, Cancer. And just so you're all aware, Cancer, it's like, what else? This is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you. Leave the rest with me. Never force reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Alright, Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Jupiter Day. Jupiter rules over Thursdays. It's a great day for sharing information. It's a great day for planning travel. And this could be just a great day too, I feel like, just to appreciate how abundant you are, Cancer. And I feel to just kind of keep an open mind, to just different things, and being willing to expand your horizons there, Cancer. I really enjoyed nice Jupiter day. And also, Cancer, this is a great day to just, again, kind of kick back, relax, kind of take it easy, because the moon's going void, of course, today. The moon's going to be going void, of course, Cancer, at about 10:56 a.m., and that'll be Pacific time. And then she'll be moving from Taurus into the, I guess we can say chatty sign of Gemini at about 8:15 p.m. Cancer. So we're looking at about a 9-hour, 19-minute void of course time there. And the void of course time is just when the moon forms her final aspect with a planet, and then she just kind of, there's no more energy there. So this is a time to just kind of check in with yourself there, Cancer. See how your energy levels are doing, see how you're doing emotionally, see how, if there are things that, maybe some difficult emotions that you've been working through, or, just, and I feel like especially with where this energy is at right now, for at least a little while longer, really kind of just tuning into and even going into Gemini. Kind of, this is a really great time of kind of observing observing the body, observing how that kind of interacts with once we move into Gemini, how that interacts with your everyday environment, how those feelings kind of come up there for you, Cancer, and how do we take care with all of this stimulation that is going on a daily basis there, Cancer. The moon is a reminder that, oh, interesting. All right, hold on there, Cancer. Think of yourself. The moon is a very sensitive energy and a very sensitive place in our charts. And this, Cancer, I just, the void, of course, I feel, especially how often it happens. Our ruler may not go retrograde, but these void of courses, I feel, are just as important as a retrograde, to be able to just go within and, again, just kind of see how internally how things are going on with their Cancer, maybe doing some like, maybe some incense cleansing, possibly maybe some sound healing. I have this lovely bell over here that I use to kind of cleanse the space there, Cancer, so it's always very lovely. Or you can maybe do some meditation. Maybe this is just something to incorporate, maybe even just a little more mindfulness. Maybe this is cooking, Cancer, making more space or more time for kind of home cooked meals, whatever that's looking like for you. And then, Cancer, You may also notice too that your plans may be subject to unexpected changes during this time, that people may be less likely to make their own decisions, and that sometimes starting up things can be a little tricky during the void of course energy. So just some couple things to, or a few things to keep in mind there, Cancer. And then we are still in that waxing crescent in Taurus energy here. And I really do and I hope you have been enjoying this energy as well there, Cancer. Just kind of taking it easy if your schedule has allowed it. Just this I feel like has been a really great energy to, and I feel like even something to take maybe into this Gemini energy. How are we feeling about the things that we've invested in, the things that we've put security in, that we've kind of maybe built ourselves around? Do those things still hold true, Cancer? And then allow that to just kind of see how things manifest, because Taurus is a very grounded type of energy. I even feel you can even compare it to Capricorn and Virgo. There's something heavier with Taurus. There I feel really deeply rooted to the earth, and so pay attention to, I feel like, how any sort of feelings that come up, how they may resonate in the body, and how that may even translate into your environment for some, because the moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus. We went through that whole journey yesterday, but the moon is exalted in Taurus, and where they say that Cancer is the home space, and usually I feel like it's more so that home space is where we usually feel safe, and I feel like that's what Cancer energy kind of embodies. And Taurus would be almost the actual house, or the one that would build the house or build that space, because I feel Cancer energy really is kind of at home wherever they can make themselves at home wherever they go. But I just feel like where you're kind of at there, Cancer, this could, and that's even interesting too, because I feel like this could be a way, or maybe an invitation to maybe do some newer things around your space. Maybe this is incorporating even some sort of more plants, bringing the earth into the home, something to maybe just bring about to channel that nurturing energy somewhere, Cancer, to kind of give you a space to just kind of stay as connected with the earth as possible. Be aware of the cycles, maybe in a different type of way. Allow yourself to moments to slow down with this moon in Taurus, and really kind of take care. And especially if you have been kind of busy here over this time, if you can even find maybe 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something to just like really have just kind of peace out, and just like not be bothered, and just sort of just be silent, and not, and maybe cuddle up in bed, and just like, what, for this, I'm gonna set a timer, and for this amount of time, no, this is Empress hour. we're taking care. But yeah, just something I feel like, especially with this void of course energy that's going on, this is something I feel like to really kind of take care of those energies there, Cancer. Now, and one more thing, Taurus is a very sensual sign. They have very strong senses, kind of physical senses. And I feel that this is one of kind of removing yourself from that kind of, especially if you're in sort of like real active environment, or maybe you're kind of deep in a city. I used to live kind of in the heart of this neighborhood, and there's always some sort of car exchange going on down there. It was a real treat trying to incorporate that in the videos. But yes, Cancer, last few things here. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching their, Cancer, so definitely check them out. They're a very amazing group. I think you'd really enjoy them. There's also a link for an astrologer down there that I really enjoy listening to, a couple of podcasts, and some apps. And I'm going to include some websites and things, because this can be, Cancer, And one thing I wanted to kind of talk about, especially if you have your sun or your rising in Cancer, or wherever you have Cancer, you want to kind of understand things a little bit more. Understanding where the moon is at is important, but knowing where your moon placement is at and when your lunar return can be very helpful for you to Cancer, kind of give you a month by month type of snapshot there to see what kind of things to expect, to see how to see how you're feeling about these energies that are coming up for you over this next month. I have, just kind of looking at mine right now, I have the moon in the 8th house. So, this is thinking about, maybe what are some things that I need to maybe change. This is maybe even kind of getting in touch with the occult a bit deeper there. And then Source and I have been kind of flowing there, and our higher self and I have been really kind of jamming here as of late. And my their son's in the 6th house conjunct Neptune, so there is this kind of spiritual aspect that's being formed into here. And this is what my upcoming one. The nice thing about my lunar return is it's like at the very beginning of Gemini, so it's just like any sort of like mutable things, any sort of fire placements or air placements. It's like, okay, we knock this out like right off the bat, and then we're moving on. Okay, feel all the things, and then I'm there for everybody else who's going through all of the feels. So it's pluses and minuses there, Cancer. But this could be something too there, Cancer, if you're curious about all this stuff there. I'm actually getting ready to switch how I kind of offer the packages. I'm going to make more things available for you there, Cancer. If you want to do this, maybe by like a month by month basis, do it off the lunar return, because again, that is very important, because how the moon may be in Taurus, it's doing this energy, but maybe you have your moon in Leo and this is forming a square with your moon, and then things may be translating a bit differently. So understanding how and where these planets are lining up, what houses they are when you're going through these things, can help you better navigate these energies for the year to come, for the however long you do this, Cancer. So if you're interested in any of that stuff there, book a reading with me. I have all that information down in the description box below as well with all this stuff. It's a bunch of, I tell you, the description box is just lit. I want to be able to submit like something for like a subscription box contest, because I think I'd be up there. But I think that's all I got for you, Cancer. So let's get into your general energy of the day, which is an interesting card here, Cancer. So you have the Flamingo Spirit here, and this is a card of embrace the in-between. And I do like this, Cancer, because I do feel that we do kind of hover between the in-between. When you think about even between the water signs, you have Pisces, who are the fish. They can't come on land. You have Scorpio, who realistically can't be in the sea that long. So, but then you have us, who can go in between, who can be grounded in one energy and then be swimming and floating in the other. And I feel that this is where the getting in touch with those emotions there, Cancer, in connecting with that sea, it really helps you intuit on the land. It's like it's learning from the emotions how to navigate in that space. Really kind of helps you understand when other people are coming at them a certain way or you a certain way, and how that energy exchange happens. I feel you learn to keep that balance. I'm picturing the flamingo kind of balancing on these. Are they the ones that balance on one leg on water? Well, at least they do when you stick them on the ground as a lawn ornament. And I remember looking into this. There's some spiritual stuff that is going on behind the flamingo, which I found very surprising. But I do feel that, Cancer, this is learning how to stay grounded with, because this is a lot of very sensitive energy that has been going on here with the moon being in Taurus, with where Venus is at, considering where Neptune's at, again, how the chain all comes together, and just all this feminine energy. So this is very intuitive energy that is going on, or has been going on right now. And I feel that what's going to happen, or what could potentially happen here, Cancer, because we're getting ready to get to the first quarter moon here soon. And so we had this very big, intuitive, intimate moment with higher self during that new moon in Pisces. And so now we're reaching that first challenge where the energies have been building up. And then Gemini is coming with a more kind of logical space where Pisces is coming in a more intuitive way. Gemini is trying to absorb all of these details. And I feel like when you mix Pisces and Gemini, it just becomes, that's interesting, almost like a hurricane. Just because Pisces is a very sensitive energy and Gemini is a very sensitive energy because they do take in so much from the surroundings. Again, the Mercury placement, of course, matters and what that energy is doing. But there is this, it can be a lot. And when the mind is absorbing all of that, and how do you get, I feel like it's almost like how do the others make space for one another? How do they flow in a more kind of harmonious way here with this kind of embrace in between? So this, I feel, is a time to get grounded in that energy, get used to that there, Cancer, because when I feel like when we get in that Gemini and get towards that square, it may be a bit of it's like the self, like the ego and the emotions are going to have maybe a bit of a time, but there's this intuitive sort of like cradling, I almost feel, as it's like something is putting this at ease there, Cancer. We'll talk about that more as we get into that energy, but let's stay here. Let's stay grounded in this moment here, Cancer, and let's get some here and get some more details on this flamingo spirit. Speaking of intuitive energy, thank you, higher self. We got Neptune here. All right, Cancer. So you have the Six of Swords, the Four of Stars, the Ten of Stars, and the Hanged Man in reverse, Neptune energy. Then you have the Seven of Swords and the Emperor, Aries energy, up right here, Cancer. And let's talk about the Hanged Man for a minute, because that, I do feel that there is this need here, Cancer. I don't want to say this need, but I feel that there can be this really great kind of relationship that you can. It's like this Emperor here is giving me this energy of kind of walking a bit more confidently in where you're going, or at least feeling a bit more confident in the direction that you're going there, Cancer. Because the Six of Swords being in reverse here is giving me a kind of a stuck type of energy, a wanting to maybe move on to these new shores, but something doesn't feel grounded with the Four of Stars. I feel there's a need, almost of surrender with the Hanged Man a little bit, to kind of look at something for what it is and just kind of embrace what you can control about the situation, which is you there, which is you, Cancer. And there's something here, I feel, with the Ten of Stars, that it's in those really tough moments where I feel the miracles kind of happen here, like, because that's when I feel like when we get into like that Neptune and Pisces energy, 12th house energy, that is that kind of miraculous energy, that belief that things are going to work out in the end, that it is all part of the experience, and that is going to make you stronger from it. But I do feel the Seven of Swords is a need to kind of call, or an invitation to call on some new skills, learn some new type of things, maybe understanding where we may have been kind of limiting our minds, where we may have, because when you think about the Seven of Swords, that is the moon in Aquarius. And I'm thinking about that as sometimes we can, when we have enough people maybe telling us something is so, then we start feeling that way. And then if that becomes our narrative on the inside, then that reflects our outside. But this is maybe, I feel like, kind of breaking away, challenging the status quo. Aquarius is a rebellious energy. It doesn't want to follow the tribe. It needs to stand on its own beliefs, on its own merits. Emperor energy, and be, and stand assertive in that. So, but I feel there's, with this emperor, there is a softness that I feel is coming with that, because it's bracing this more kind of intuitive energy, this in between, this thing that they can't explain. They can't really see the future with the Six of Swords here. This is, and that's as I talk about seeing the future. That's Mercury in Aquarius. So the mind hasn't quite wrapped its head around what that future is looking like. But the more that we get in that in between, things just kind of start growing naturally. I feel like we start feeling this different. We tune into a different type of pace there, Cancer. And that's why I almost feel this Taurus energy has been kind of inviting the energies to kind of slow down a little bit and really just kind of be in the moment here, Cancer. So embrace times of quiet, embrace that in-between energy, that nebulous energy, but remember to stay that in-between. It is a balance, Cancer. We do want to make sure that we check back in with the body. But let's get some more tarot on this. All right, Cancer. Make herself. Let's see what else is going on here. Ooh, interesting. So you have the Sun card here, the Strength card, which is Leo energy. I love that both of them came out together. And the Queen of Swords upright. And then you have the Two of Wands and the Ten of Swords in reverse here, Cancer. And let's start with this Ten of Wands. This Ten of Swords here, Cancer, is giving me this energy of, especially when we're going through hard times and we feel like the energies aren't moving, we're not sure where to go. When we're trying to make sense of things and try to find the meaning of things, all Queen of Swords energy, even the Sun, trying to find when we're going to get happiness again, when we're going to get back in the flow, get this strength back. I feel that that's a place where we learn to, or at least a time to explore that kind of in-between place too, as something bigger than yourself, Cancer. And however that may look for you, it doesn't quite matter what that is. It's just how that energy is, I feel, understood, between you two. And so, and I feel that this energy is, I almost feel like there's this understanding here, Cancer, with this two, or with this Two of Wands to the Queen of Swords, of moments when when you may have felt stuck or felt like, it's almost like those moments where you were in between the transition, but maybe you were still focused here with the Ten of Swords, wherever this low point may have been that we may have been recovering from, that we couldn't see that we have been working towards the sun here, Cancer. That's very interesting how that's kind of coming through, but I just feel that there is a belief, or maybe even just like an understanding here, Cancer, that even when we're in a tough patch, it's like because we're in between. How do I want to put this? Things were going well, and then when the things dip a little bit, or a lot of bit, however that's looking, that knowing that we are in between great times. And sometimes a great time may be only a little bit, sometimes it may be a lot of bit, but also it comes with the downslope. Sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's a lot of bit. But it is learning to ride the wave. The moon is a really great teacher for that those in between states, these nuances, especially these nuances in between. We may put a lot of emphasis maybe on the new moon, the full moon, and then the last and the first quarter moons, but all of that stuff in between, the waxing crescents, gibbuses, the waning crescents, gibbuses, or yeah, they all play a factor. And there are these in-between states, and it is understanding those nuances. Because again, I feel like once we get more present with that, this Two of Wands feels less stuck, and it's just more so like it's deciding when it's like, okay, it's time to switch here. Oh, and now it's time to switch off. It's seeing things. Like there's a lot of clarity here. And we were just talking about that just yesterday. We were talking about carrying a lot of birds coming through here. Cancer, you're seeing things from a higher perspective. We're flying in the sky, Cancer. Sometimes you don't got to go through the wall. Sometimes you got to go over the wall and see things for what they are. Tune into higher self. Ask, what is this? What is the purpose behind this? What are some challenges that are going on here? But let's get some advice from Venus, Cancer. It's a very interesting energy, Cancer. And I feel like that's going to be kind of like this energy is kind of leading up to where we're getting ready to have the Sun conjunct Mercury here, or it's not Mercury, the Sun conjunct Neptune here soon. So still going to be a little bit of nebulous energy there, Cancer, just for a little while longer. Mars is going to be entering into Pisces here soon. Venus just entered there not too long ago, so I say, enjoy the time when it's kind of quiet now, because when things heat up, think your higher self, we're going to miss these times. Oh, speaking of new moon energy, that's very interesting, Cancer. Alrighty, so you have the Star card, which is Aquarius energy, the Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Moons in reverse. And then you have one of the special major arcana cards in this deck, which is the New Moon upright, Cancer. That's interesting. Let's switch back over. So I'm getting that while we still have this bit of, Sun in Pisces, and we're going through this, and we'll still be in a bit of Pisces when we get to, I'm looking at this new moon and the sun, and we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse starting, it'll be on the 8th of April. Little lunar and solar shenanigans. And, I feel like that time is going to be one where I just feel we're going to need to understand ourselves energetically there, Cancer, with this Ace of Wands here. This embrace the in-between gives me a don't rush type of energy, especially if I feel like when you're healing through something, we want to force things along. I feel, how do I want to put this? I feel that when we're in those kind of low patches there, Cancer, this gives us a chance to, and I like this, I feel this gives us a chance to explore a new side of ourselves. We're in these low patches. To be inquisitive, to ask, what do you need? Why am I going through this? To connect with source. What I like about this card is there's a keyhole on this hand, and it's kind of reaching towards the moon, and then there's a keyhole in the full moon card in this deck. And I feel that this is you kind of like how this hand is like reaching out to the star. This is where the healing kind of begins, in that in between type of space there, Cancer. It's very, and hopefully this is translating well, but I feel that the star card too is a reminder to keep hope, Cancer, even in the times when it feels like it's been really tough. When you're feeling a lot of these emotions, I feel with the Knight of Moons being in reverse here, and I almost feel like taking time to, because I feel like the Knight of Moons sometimes will almost like he'll project that he's fine, but he won't consider his emotions sometimes. And I feel like he's inviting us to kind of make sure we're allowing yourself to be in this vulnerable space, to be in this in between space, Cancer, to be in this place of where we're kind of growing here and finding this sense of balance and peace and security within yourself. You're feeling self-assured as far as like where things are going, that this is an opportunity for growth. Cancer is just figuring out how we're channeling this energy with the Ace of Wands being in reverse here. And I feel too, Cancer, if you do find yourself kind of maybe I just feel like just kind of floating in this in-between space. The star card, I feel like, is like this reaching out for help as well. Maybe expressing this as, sharing some type of feelings. Again, allowing yourself, Knight of Moons, to be a little vulnerable. Say that you're feeling this uncertainty. Maybe there's been this kind of sensitivity. Maybe there's this understanding new parts of yourself, this new moon energy, and whatever that means, Cancer. You're a certain uniqueness or a certain something. So all right, Cancer, but I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that translated. But if you like that, Cancer, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this thing, Cancer, if you know someone who's been having troubles being kind of grounded in with this energy there. Maybe been kind of lost in the daydreams and just sort of, or maybe even vice versa. Maybe you've been feeling a little disconnected from source, or It's very, very interesting, Cancer, and then subscribe there, you Emperor. Hit that, you New Moon. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each day. And then last few things there, Cancer. Yeah, if you're curious about how this energy is translating in your chart, you want to know a little bit more about that, how these planets may be moving throughout your houses and things, how the moon affects you, how the moon in Taurus may be a more kind of easier time than maybe the moon in Scorpio, or maybe the moon in Cancer, or however this may be looking, Cancer. And yeah, check the link down in the description box below, or on my Instagram page, which I've been posting stuff, Cancer. I'm getting consistent about it. It's we're getting there. So, and I gotta just post more like fun things. Maybe we'll see. But what else, Cancer? And also, when we get done and checking your chart there, Cancer, maybe we can come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly download videos there that talk about the astrological weather. I do monthly ones that talk about when the sun moves to a new sign, talk about where the planets are at, how they may interact with your energies. And then I do yearly ones as well, there, Cancer. And it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. Interesting. And you have the Ten of Wands here, Cancer. And Cancer, I'm getting this energy of it's just like sometimes that it can just be a lot, you know, it could just be too much, you know. And I feel like this is in that embrace the in between. I feel like it's embracing those moments when you just allow yourself to kind of disconnect from this place from a little bit and just kind of get in the flow. This can be through creativity, this can be through meditation, this can be through gardening, this can be through painting, this could be, you know, it can be a number of things, but that's what I feel that just on a base level, this doesn't have to be connecting with the higher source or has to be anything super out of this world. This can just be just how do you find that just like that space in between that remembers that they are a that they're meant to create. You know, with this, there's a self-expression here, with especially with the Sun and Leo, the Strength card having come out here. Hmm. Let me get your other. Oh, let me get your other oracle card here, Cancer. Oh, so I can get you out of here. Take care of yourself. Oh, interesting, Cancer. All right, so you have the Metamorphosis card here, and this is a card of embrace transformation, and things are different now, and that's very interesting, Cancer, because you know, I feel as you start learning about different parts of yourself there, Cancer, really kind of coming into your higher vibration and just even a more less kind of just coming into who you are, that things do become different, you know, as you embrace that transformation. If you want to embrace that transformation, there's some things that they hit different, you know, and it's not and you have to decide if you're going to be okay, if that's something you're going to endure through or not. Because that's what I feel like most of the time when you start making those changes, but you start pulling. For example, there was a moment when I used to smoke cigarettes and pretty regularly, and after a while that just wasn't working. And there was a time, you know, kind of on and off as I'm kind of working out. You may have like kind of hang out with someone, and there's somebody you want one. I'm like, yeah, you know what? What's a hit or two? And it's gross. And it's just this. It's and this is nothing against people who do. Like I've smoked for a while, so it was one where yeah, after a while you just kind of see things different. That may not be the thing, but it's gonna. I feel like it's as you start growing and starting letting things go, when it starts to creep back in, I feel the how the dissonance becomes more clear as you maybe separate, come back, separate, come back. So I feel like it's paying attention to however that may be. This could be with a certain relationship. This could be with a certain environment. This could be with a certain job. This could be with a certain food, substance, whatever whatever that's looking like. But I do feel that it is, again, embracing the side of you that's wanting to grow, to see where that's going to allow that, to embrace that in between, that transitory period where we're evolving from one thing into another. I almost feel like this is what happens when almost like conjunction energy happens. There's a change that's happening. It's just like, what are we doing with it, you know? So I like this, Cancer. I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there. You're embracing this in between all this mystical energy that we've been in, this heightened awareness. Just stay safe out there, Cancer. Stay mindful. Keep eyes on the moon, Cancer. She's out and about. We're able to, she's showing herself very, very, very slowly, but things are coming to light here, Cancer. I feel like this is going to be, the energies are shifting in an interesting way. I am really excited about that new moon. Well, let me be mindful, because when I say I'm excited about something, it's be mindful of this new moon solar eclipse, Cancer. And I will catch you. We still got a while for that. On the next one tomorrow.